Okay. So on my side also, yeah, nakuambia kama. So as we are waiting for people to join, let me just check something.
Yeah.
So on my side, so
Yes.
basically, the live iko on your side only.
Okay.
Yeah. So no problem. So next time, it will be the other way around. So
The other way around. Yeah.
yeah, cause na try kuiangalia hapa, I cannot find it,
Mm.
but it's okay, no problem. So yeah,
Okay.
tunaweza yeah.
Okay. So Walkini, you can see me properly, yeah?
Yeah, I can see you clearly. Yeah, I can see you clearly.
Okay. Nimeongeza light up kidogo. Yeah, so how was your day?
My day was good. A little bit busy at work, but I thank God everything
Nice.
was fine.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Good,
just you're
good, good.
waiting for the new year.
Yeah. So it's nice that we've had some time so that we can do this together. We can do this thing together. I can see some people here already. Rooted in Essentials is a friend of mine
Okay.
who we've been following each other for a while. Thanks for coming. And I can also see African Princess Milka. Hey, you okay? And
Yes.
there's best Mr. Best Fix Edits, the only best fit edits.
Oh wow, wow.
Yeah, actually, you know what?
Yes.
I met Best Fix right
Okay.
at the beginning when I started YouTube, and I think I was not even at 500 subscribers, and he's the guy who actually showed me the way. Um,
Okay.
yes, he. I just found him. We just bumped into each other accidentally, but I think it was meant to be. But nowadays he's not very active. I just want to confirm if actually you can hear me.
Yeah. For me on my side, I can
I-
hear you clearly.
Okay, can everybody, if actually Rooted, Best Fix, African Princess, if you can hear me, please just show a thumbs up.
Saying we hear you good.
Wonderful,
Yes.
wonderful. Thank you so much. So I'm going to introduce, for those who don't know, my friend here. The co-host is Amir.nasser. He's also a YouTuber based in Bahrain, and he's been in the streets for quite a while now. How long have you been? So I remember seeing you like probably about what one year ago. That's when I discovered you. I
Yes.
always tell
So
you I discovered you when you were on your bus, on the bus on the way from Nyabo Hanse to back home. I think after the party.
oh wow. Hey, that's 1 year ago. It's 1 year
So
ago.
I watched that video when you're on the bus and you're going home. You know all those bits, and then
Yes.
that's when that's when I discovered you. I saw, and then afterwards I checked. I saw the videos when you're in the village and stuff, and then I started following you when you're back in Qatar.
Amazing,
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
That's
So
nice.
I'll give you this opportunity to introduce yourself
Okay.
to the people who have turned up. We have Mr. Dangote, we have Wakesho Otto. Welcome, guys. We have Amen Crochet. Wanga Lady official is here as well. Thanks for coming. We've not given enough time, isn't it, for this is almost a pop-up. But hopefully some few people are going to turn up. And you know, it's always a pleasure to host people here. So Amir, just a
Yes.
quick introduction and then we can continue with our conversation, which obviously is going to be an open conversation.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. First of all, I just want to tell you, thank you so much, Hajways, for always supporting me from way back a year ago. Since you discovered me, I've been seeing you in my videos, in my comments, And through you, at least I got a little bit motivated to continue doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I hope most of you who are listening, maybe today you'll get to know a bit about me. So, my name is Amir, and on YouTube, I'm Amir.nasser. So, basically, what I do travel, event, and entertaining videos, basically in Middle East. So, I'll use the word Middle East because I've been into 3 countries, but only I've recorded in 2 countries.
Yeah.
So, I've been to Dubai, I've been to Qatar, and now currently I'm in Bahrain. So basically,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm doing is my videos I film around this region, and the way I started my journey was inspired by Marwa. Everybody knows Marwa, you know. So I used to watch the guy from way back, and I saw an opportunity, and I say, why not grab the opportunity? And
Yeah.
yes, I went ahead, I did it, and fast forward, here we are now. We are still continuing with the journey, and we still have hope that everything is going to be well, especially this coming new year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. So yes, and for those who have just joined us for the first time, maybe I think almost everybody here is people that we know. We've got Unfiltered Maria. How are you? I don't know if there's anyone else. Jaden, I think I saw Jaden. Jaden,
Wanga lady. Oh, the host has gone.
see me?
I can see. No, we cannot
Can you
see you.
see me now?
Yes, I can see you now.
Yeah, I think it was playing around a bit. I was saying that I've seen Unfiltered Maria, Jaden, there's Som World who has just joined as well. So much for coming. Please do not forget to hit on that subscribe button. And for those who are not subscribed, but I think everybody here is actually part of the family. But hit on that like button so that we can be able to. It can be recommended to a few more people. So yeah, I was saying that I think everybody knows me, but anyways, I'm Hajways, and I've been doing YouTube for almost 2 years now. Time flies. Um,
Yes.
and yeah, and so we've met with Amir as I said, and it's been a year roughly now since I discovered him, and we've been having conversation as to whether we should do um, a live stream together. And
Yeah.
well, today is the day. Uh, we're not going to talk about any topic in um, in concrete, but we're just going to like have just a discussion amongst friends. So I would ask you some few questions. Feel free to ask me any question. Um, it's not deep, but like how is life in Bahrain? What are your experiences between um, Qatar and Bahrain? And my question is actually focusing on the YouTube experience
Okay.
because that is the title of the of the live today. Our
The
We can
life
share
today.
our
Yeah.
YouTube experiences. Yeah, how different? What differences do you find between when you are doing YouTube in Qatar, for example, and now in um, in Bahrain?
Okay, thank you for that. First of all, let me just say thank you to Maria Filter, thank you to Wanga Lady, African Milk Princess. I also know them.
Yeah.
Thank you for you guys joining here. And actually, that's a very interesting question. So, first, I will start with geographical figure. Is it figure or structure, or how do we say it?
Geographical, I don't know, location.
Yeah, location. So, between the 2 countries, Bahrain is it's a tiny island. I use
Yeah,
the word tiny. It's really small.
yeah,
And Qatar it's bigger than Bahrain. Yes, Qatar is also
yeah,
small, but it's bigger than Bahrain.
yeah,
So the differences between these 2 countries, one, in Qatar, there is a lot to show when it comes to
Yeah.
culture because they are so cultural, and
Yeah.
there are people there called the Bahadur people. You know, the Bahadur people,
Yeah.
these are the original, they are the original Arabic people.
Yeah.
They call them the Bahadur. They live in the desert. They're the ones who have the camels and all these things. So there you will find those type of content. If you want to shoot those type of content, you'll be able
Yeah.
to find it there. And also there is the sand dunes. You know,
Okay.
the mountain, the sand dunes, you will find them
Yes, the
there.
sand dunes. Yeah.
But here in
Yeah.
Bahrain you will not find sand dunes. Bahrain is a plain
Uh-huh.
land. It's very flat,
Yeah.
and from one end to another end it's like less than 100 less than 100 kilometers.
Wow.
So you can imagine how small it is.
Yeah.
It's like you're traveling from Nairobi to maybe Gilgil. That's the whole
Yeah.
country.
Huh? Yeah.
So it's really
Wow.
small. So when it
I
comes
I
to Mhm.
I was saying that I've seen it in the maps, and I would, yeah, I would think that it is tiny, but I didn't actually think that, it could be that tiny. But
Yeah, it
quite
is.
interesting.
It
Yeah.
is. So
Yeah.
the interesting part about it, it's the way tiny it is. So they came up with this idea whereby they will
Hmm.
build land on top of sea.
Uh-huh.
So basically, what they do is they create more land on top of sea. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna do a video about it.
Yes.
For example, where I work or where I normally do my vlogs, and where
Yeah.
I stay also. I don't stay in the main island. I stay
Yeah.
in the place where this land was created. It's not the main
Hmm.
island that are part of Bahrain. This is part of the sea.
Yeah.
So basically, we are staying on top of the sea. So this is the interesting part about Bahrain. Another thing, Bahrain is a very diverse country.
Yeah.
All nationalities, everybody, you will find them here,
Yeah.
and it's really open, and it's a really interesting place to be.
Yeah.
In terms of Middle East, when you're here, you will not have that feeling that you're in the Middle East. You'll just feel like you are back home but far away from home. You'll get that
Okay.
feeling. Yeah, that's the best good thing about here. Back in Qatar is a little bit reserved, you know.
Yeah.
It's a little bit reserved. It's a little bit cultural. So there is a lot of things that you will see differences when you come from where we come from, and when you go
Yeah.
there, you will experience some difficulties in adjusting. But at the
Hmm.
same time, it's a really good place, especially if you're a sportsman. If you're a sportsman, that's the best place to be
Yeah.
in Qatar because they support a lot of people who do sports.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen most of the, the our brothers athletes. Some of them have migrated there, and I think they've got passports so they can run for Qatar, isn't it? They
Yes,
compete for
yes,
Qatar
yes.
because you can see them in the when you go, when the Olympics are on and stuff like that. You actually see them there. They compete and they're like with the Qatar jerseys. So yeah, if the support is being given, and as I always say, man eateth where he worketh. They will definitely go where they're making the money.
For sure, 100%. So
So yeah, so completely understood. Yeah,
that's why you see a lot of people they are there because of sports.
sports.
And yeah, and then these two countries are really advanced. They're really advanced.
Yes.
Yeah, they're really advanced. And when it comes to technology, they are
Yeah.
also on top of
Yeah.
technology, you know.
Yeah.
And life here, to be honest, life it's really good.
Yes.
If you focus with what you're doing here and what
Hmm.
brought you here, and if you have your goals, life here, to be honest, it's really good. And it's really
Yeah.
affordable. Compared to the Western world,
Yes.
here I would prefer here compared to there.
Yeah. In what we would call the Western world, right now, um, well, let me just you can just recognize a few people who have just come in. Waj vlog, I see you. Thank you so much for coming. Sorry guys, I'm having an issue with one of my gadgets, so I can't type on the comment section to thank you, but I'm seeing all of you, and I just want to you to know that we are really appreciative for you turning up today, and not just today, but for, as I always say, for your endeavor to support this channel. And now, uh, once we are done here today, please, for those who do not know Amir, who have just met him today, kindly ensure that you stop by his channel and give him some support. Alex H, I can see also Miss V N NYC. Welcome. I'm so uh, um, I'm so happy to be able to host you guys here in Kenya, UK. Thank you so much for coming. We had a phone call earlier, and you did promise that you're going to come. So, um, thank you, thank you. What was I saying? I was saying that you said the cost of living in Bahrain as opposed to the Western world. Yeah. Cost of living in Europe and in the rest of the world is has skyrocketed, really.
Yes.
And you'd find that there's so many people around the world that are struggling because of the cost of living. So here, for example, it's the winter now, so
Okay.
it's cold. The prices for your utilities or utility bills, we call them, will always skyrocket during the winter when it is cold because consumption is high, and demand and supply. So when the demand is very high, the prices unfortunately go. They shoot. But this time they've really skyrocketed. So and not just that, housing is very expensive nowadays. It's becoming more and more expensive. Um,
Okay.
and and it's everything really, even food and I don't know if there's any item that I can hand pick and say that
Compare.
this one, yeah, this one. But you know, the funny thing is, I remember during the COVID times, or just after the COVID times, um, a liter of petrol would go for about £2, especially diesel.
Okay.
But now, I think you'd find diesel at about £1, no, £1.40, about there, and then petrol is going for like £1.30. The cheapest I think is £1.30, £1.32. So it depends on where you go. If you go Shell, for example, or BP, it's going to be a bit more expensive. But then you have other outlets that would give it for you for cheaper. Um, So after COVID, the prices were very high in terms of, like your petrol or your gas, like the Americans, some of my American friends would call it, and uh, everything, all the prices soared for all the products. Um, but now it has gone down, but those prices have not come down. Like for all the other products, like I would say sugar, for example. We used to buy milk for 2 pints of milk for 99p just like 5 years ago, and now it's almost £2. You know,
No.
so yeah. Cost of living here is I don't know. It's a discussion that people are having. Hey, John Daniel, I see you. Thank you so much for stopping by, my brother. I'm waiting for you. You told me you're coming to, so I'm waiting for you, and then I can show you around. Okay, so give me a shout, and thanks for stopping by. Um, and then cultural wise, Europe, then Europe, the whole of Europe is very rich in culture, all the way from Southern Europe, Eastern European, and the UK. So if, as a YouTuber, if you want to give, there's a lot that you can do really. If you just want to open a channel that is just going to dedicate, for example, itself about food, there's more than enough just in food. If you want to do one where you're traveling around, just the UK, for example, just the UK alone is massive. And if you do, uh, like where I live now, if I wanted to go to, I don't know, to to Scotland here to the Scottish borders, I think it's going to take me about 3 hours, and I'm there driving. If I want to go to Wales, it's going to take me about 1 hour to the northern Wales, because it's just here bordering. Um, just there's Liverpool, Manchester, and it's right on top. Um, so there's a lot that you can do in terms of giving people an experience in YouTube. So um, yeah, the only thing that I can complain about right now, as I said, is the cost of living, but and the weather
The weather. Oh,
and the weather and the weather factor. Yeah, but for the rest of it, you've got good people and you've got not so good people, just like anywhere in the world. Um, but the good people normally would outweigh the few, but that happens everywhere. But like I've had a good experience here with almost everybody that has touched my life, my circles. I can't complain. um yeah, but that's it. I don't know if I mean there's much more, of course, that I can talk about here. And but anyways, just to give you a chance to say something as well, if you have any question.
yes. So basically, for us, it's the opposite. So
Yeah,
for us also now we are in winter. That's another thing that people don't know. Even
yeah,
in the Arab world, there is summer and there is winter.
yeah,
So during winter, for us, the utility bills go down.
yeah,
Why? Because mostly electricity here is expensive
yeah,
because we use air condition or AC
uh-huh,
4
yeah,
hours.
yeah,
24 hours in a day, your AC has to run, or else you cannot
mm-hmm,
sleep,
mm,
you cannot breathe properly, you cannot be
yeah,
comfortable. So we
yeah,
really rely on AC because of the heat.
yeah,
The heat here
yeah,
can reach up to 40 to 45 degrees, maximum
uh-huh,
50. But you
yes,
see people like us. So, for example, like me, I'm already
yeah.
used to heat. So I'm already used to this hot environment. So, host, you are lost. So as I'm waiting for the host to come back, let me just
I
recognize
hope. Yeah,
Mkenya. Thank you for joining. Alex H.
can
Thank you
you
for
see me?
joining.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see you.
yeah,
Christine Dole, thank you for joining. Special Ability, thanks for joining. Thank you for the support, guys. Please consider liking this video, subscribing, share to your community so that we can have more people and we can have this discussion. So, as I was saying, uh,
yeah,
for us during winter, our bill
yeah,
utilities will go down because now we are enjoying the breeze from outside, fresh air. We don't rely on
yeah,
the air conditioner. So the only
yeah,
thing that we will use electricity, it's the heater, and the heater will not take that much. So
yeah.
the bills go down with like 60%.
Okay.
And winter here, the beginning of winter, it's December until end of March.
Wow. So it's just the same as Europe then.
Maybe, yeah, maybe because also here, for example,
Yeah,
now some of the people they will travel, they will go for
yeah,
vacation. Mostly they like to
yeah,
go to Georgia. They
yeah.
come from here, they go to Georgia. Georgia, it's easy
Uh-huh.
for us to access. Even for me
Yeah,
with a Kenyan passport, if I
yeah.
want to at least touch the European soil, the first country that I can go to easily it's Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's very easy. It's very easy. There is no a lot of requirements. Then from there,
Uh-huh.
then maybe you can try your luck and you can get these other visas, so we can be able to tour the whole Western Europe side, and also a
Yeah.
little bit of the eastern side of Europe. So here,
Okay.
that's it. The seasons are two. During summer,
Oh,
utilities
nice.
bills very high.
Yeah.
During
Oh,
winter,
nice.
very low.
Yeah.
Another thing about Bahrain and Middle East as a region itself, the
Yeah.
strongest currency comes from Middle East. There is a country called Kuwait. I know most of
Kuwait.
you know Kuwait, yeah. So Kuwait is the number one strongest currency. So for example, if you have
Mm-hmm.
one Kuwait dinar, you
Dinar.
have I think maybe four USD, 3 or 4 USD.
Yeah.
But for Bahrain, if you have one Bahraini dinar, you have 2.65 US dollars.
I imagine it's not bad.
Yeah, so when you come here as a newbie, you will see the prices 0.2, 1.3, maybe 4. So maybe you don't know it's expensive. So for you, you will feel
Yeah.
it's very cheap.
It's
Like
cheap
I'm getting this only for 2.1. It's
for
very cheap.
2.1. Yeah.
Yeah, but when you start to calculate it into USD, and when you start to live here and you understand the importance or the value of one Bahraini dinar, you'll start to appreciate the money and be more careful. Uh,
Yeah.
you don't just be an impulsive buyer, but at least
Yeah.
before you do something, you just have to prepare.
Oh yes. Let's
Yes.
just appreciate a few people. I think when I had that lapse, we had some few more people who came in. I see Christian Doe, who is one of my members. Thank you so much for stopping by, sis. And there's also Oles Masare. Thank you so much for coming. I don't know if there's anyone else I've missed. Also, Special Ability. How are you, sister? Thank you so much for stopping by as well. I did mention Alex H before, and yeah, John Daniels. I think that's. Oh, these yes, Nomads. I didn't see you. Sorry. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much. I just had a little hiccup before, and I could not type my comments, but I've managed to sort that out. And then I also saw Waj vlog before. So yeah, thanks everybody for stopping by. It's a real pleasure to be able to host you here this evening. For those who have joined after the introduction, uh, my brother here is called Amir. Now his YouTube name is Amir.nasser. We've known each other for a while now, and I discovered him. And it's a year now because the party was in
Yeah.
November, and I
Yeah.
discovered you just between November and December. So yeah, it's been a year now, and we've been following each other since then. And today we decided that we're going to start this thing here. And which is something that I want now to do normally in 2025, at least 1 or 2 lives a week, and be able to host some of you so that we can have what I've always called in the few lives that I did as well. They are open conversations, which I think make it easier for us to be able to have a chit chat, and so that people can also get to know us. Um, and as opposed to, I mean, at times we're going to come with topics, but I think the open conversations at times are really cool because they take you places. So I normally opt for open conversations. Yeah. So yes, you are talking about the economy, the strength of the currency there
Of the currency.
in Bahrain. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So also, I will just say thank you for Johnny. Johnny has said he's my 200 and 2,332 subscriber. Thank you so
Wow.
much, Johnny. Amazing, amazing. I do
I'm
really
waiting for him.
appreciate.
I'm waiting for him.
Yeah, and for those who have all checked my channel and they have visited, thank you so much, guys. What I will just tell you is you can check out my channel and you can consider subscribing if you want to. And I hope you're going to enjoy my content as well. So, the dinar, it's very strong. It's really
Yeah.
strong. So one thing, when you come here as a newbie, even as a tourist,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
must be cautious when you go to places. You pay some items where you're going to eat. You should know
Yeah.
because if you don't know, maybe by the time you're tapping your card, or maybe by the time you're going to the bank to see your statement, maybe you'll get a shock. You'll feel like you're being ripped off, but no, it's only that maybe you
It's
didn't
not.
know.
Yeah.
Yes. So you should be aware. You should be aware. The currency
especially
exchange is
especially
strong.
when you start doing conversions.
You have to. You have to.
You
If
know,
you're
like
staying
when
here,
when you landed in Qatar for the
yes.
first time.
Oh,
Uh, did you have it happens to everybody, I think, when you go to a new country and you're using a
okay.
different currency, everything that you buy, you're comparing it. You start converting, like, oh, I've spent $5, so how is that equivalent? How much is that equivalent to in my local currency? And you're like, dang, because when you look at it, you're like 1,000,
Yeah, it's too.
and you're like, 1,000 is a lot of money back at home. I could do this, and I've just bought, I don't know, a mug.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
you've mentioned something very interesting.
yeah,
When I first landed in Qatar, maybe I've never shared this. Maybe this is a good opportunity for me to share to you guys this
yeah,
story. So me landing to Qatar, it was it wasn't that good the first day.
yeah,
It wasn't that
yeah,
good
yeah,
because so actually it was my first time being in JKIA. It was my first time being in an airplane. I've never been in an airplane. I was
yeah,
so I was so amazed, I was just looking
yeah,
around, I'm seeing everybody is just beautiful. The village the village
yeah,
mind in me still, it's
yes,
not recognizing. No, Amir, you need to switch. So I'm looking around, everything is wow, everything is amazing. I'm just overwhelmed with everything.
yeah.
So I used Emirates, the airline, for the first time. They
Oh,
paid
yeah,
for
that's a
Emirates.
good one. Yeah,
Yeah. So I went first to Dubai. It was a layover. I went to
yeah,
Dubai. So after Dubai, I went to Qatar. So when I reached in Qatar, when they
yeah,
opened the door, so people, they start with business class, people to come
yeah,
outside, then the premium customers, then now
yeah,
the economy customers. So I was in economy.
yeah,
So I came outside. I
yes.
was, I met a very strong heat wave on the door.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
I was so shocked. Oh my, it was super hot.
yeah.
Super hot. So I didn't know the country is that hot. I thought maybe it's the
Mm-hmm.
airplane engine or the propeller because it was still moving. So I thought the
Yeah,
heat is coming from there. So when we entered in the bus was so cool. So back
yeah.
home in Kenya,
The air conditioning. Yeah,
yeah, the air conditioning. So back in Kenya, we have to be honest sometimes, people. This
yeah,
was the first
yeah,
time. Back in Kenya, where I come from, we don't have AC. ACs only we see them in government offices,
yeah.
and that time, that is way back in 2014, you
But
know.
even like, but even to add, like, the AC at times, yeah, in some government offices or something like that, or in big companies if you went for any reason. But even
Yes,
in the big supermarkets at that time, actually, I think there was no AC.
there was no AC,
But
yeah.
anyways, we had no business with we had no business to do in the big supermarkets because we didn't have anything to spend there.
Yes,
I mean,
yes,
like
yes,
you say, let's be sincere. I
yes.
think the first time I stepped into a big supermarket was when I was in Spain. But otherwise, for my kind of economy, I used to go to the small kiosks in the neighborhood just to buy what I need to buy, and that's it, basic stuff.
Okay.
But then when it came to those big supermarkets, you'd see, like, I lived in Nairobi, but I would see the Walmarts and all this. No, it's called Walmart. It was called
Nakumat,
what was
Nakumat.
it? Nakumat. I would
Yes,
see them there. But in fact, even when I was leaving the country, there was no single Nakumat in the capital, in the central. Maybe like some bigger supermarkets, but in the poshy neighborhoods, which were in the
yes,
suburbs.
yes.
But we used to go to regular shops, and you would get almost everything that you wanted. And even that shop that we would call a supermarket was just a normal shop.
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand that when you when you get there, it's different. Mine was the opposite. When I got there, it was cold. You
So,
know?
so let me continue. So I went in the bus, the airport bus. It took us to a very massive building. The building was
Yeah.
so huge. It was so nice. So I'm just amazed. And everyone could notice that this guy has never been anywhere because I'm just looking around. I don't know. I'm just following people. I didn't even know there is transfer and there is arrivals. I'm just
Yeah.
following people. I
You
don't know
just
where
follow.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was told no, you're supposed to go this side. Then I went through immigration. The person who
Yeah.
was there didn't even look at me, just asked me passport. I gave it to
Yeah.
him. He didn't even want to. He stamped it. Look here.
Mm.
And the way they speak English, the way they
Yeah.
speak English,
Take a
it's not
picture.
it's not like the way we speak English. Actually,
Oh yeah.
all the people in the Middle East, our English has been messed. We cannot speak proper English because the people we interact on a daily basis, they speak
Yeah.
broken English, most of them. And
Hmm.
we do not blame anyone because English is
No,
not
no, no,
our first
because it's not
language.
it's not our first language. It's not their first language.
Yes.
So yeah, it comes naturally.
So I went inside, all was good, I was amazed. So again, another problem came in. I had a
Mm.
BlackBerry phone that time, very small. Until now, I still have that phone.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
the guy, actually the guy who employed me and took me to the place, everything, that guy died. He was
Oh.
he died in Botswana. I
Oh,
think
bless him.
he was in a train. He fell off the
Yeah.
train and then the train passed on top of him. He was
Oh, that
a
must have been
Italian
painful.
guy. His
Yeah.
name was Fabio, Italian guy. So that time I had a BlackBerry phone. So
Yeah.
I had to wait for him to come and pick me up because he told me
Yeah.
he will send a driver to pick me up, but the driver didn't
Yeah.
come.
Yeah.
So I have a BlackBerry. I don't have WhatsApp that time. Still, that time WhatsApp was there. I remember. He told me connect to internet and call me. Call
Yeah.
me. I cannot remember properly, but I just borrowed someone phone. I called him. He told me wait. I was outside. It's very hot. He picked me. When he picked me, he took me direct to the restaurant. Because when
Yeah.
I was hired as a waiter. I'm being
Okay.
honest here, guys. I'll not lie
Yeah.
anything. I will not sugarcoat.
Yeah.
I was hired as a waiter.
Yeah.
So I've never been a waiter, number one. When I left Kenya, I used to work in DSTV, multi
Okay.
choice. I used to be a
Yeah.
customer care agent, the guys
Yeah.
who you call, thank you for calling multi choice, blah, blah, blah. If you have an
Yeah.
error in your screen, maybe we help you with the system. That was my job. So when I reached
Yeah.
here, they took me to a mall called Villaggio where I was supposed to work. So I reached in Villaggio. I went inside the restaurant. Culture shock, number one. Everybody is white. They were from
Yeah.
Macedonia. All the staffs are from Macedonia. I'm the only Kenyan guy.
Yeah.
Shock to them also. They don't know who's coming. They
Yeah.
saw this dude coming like they are all shocked. I saw them in a corner, they are talking, it's like checking me talking. So they asked me like, do you want to eat something because you just came now and you have to wait until 4 p.m. shift?
Yeah.
We'll leave so that you can go with them to the accommodation. So they said, yes, I will eat. What will
Yeah.
you eat? Start to tell me, we have gnocchi pasta, we have, I don't know, I've never had these names. I've never had gnocchi pasta, something called gnocchi pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah, gnocchi. So I said, okay, give me. Then they asked me, do you need water or do you want to drink water? I said, yes. They asked me, do you want still or sparkling? Oh my God, something
Yeah.
I don't know. So I thought sparkling sounds very nice, sparkling. So I
Let
said,
me try
sparkling.
that one.
Let me try that one. I'm telling you, brother, I didn't eat anything there. I just tested the pasta. I didn't like it. The water, it was like carbonated water. I didn't like it.
the the gnocchis are actually they're fantastic. When you get you, wow, it's just because of our culture maybe. But the gnocchis are really nice.
It was my first time, you see. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I was a bit shocked. And then the
Yeah.
way they served, it's like they were unhappy. Yeah, I'm being honest.
Yeah.
They didn't expect someone like me to come to work there, and they were all
It,
from
it, it
Europe.
can. Yeah. It
So
can
I
happen.
think, yeah, it was a little bit of friction in between them. But fast forward, I went to the accommodation. Another problem came. They took me to a room to sleep.
Yeah.
For me, I didn't know this room was someone's room.
Okay.
I was feeling hungry because I didn't eat the pasta. So I had to go and buy food. Where I'm
Yeah.
staying, it's 1 hour away from where I'm working. So you can
Wow.
imagine, we took 1 hour to reach in the accommodation. We are
Yeah.
almost inside the desert there.
Yeah.
So I was taken to a shop. It was called Bakala. They call them Bakala, but here in Bahrain they
Uh-huh.
call them cold stores. So
So
I
are
went
those
there.
bakalas, are they like, what are they, like supermarkets, or so people can understand?
I think mini
Or are they
markets
like
or
shops or mini markets? Okay.
mini
It's just,
markets, small shops.
yeah. Yeah, small, like a
In Kenya we
convenience
call
store.
them duka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
that would be like a grocery store or something. Yeah.
yes, yes. So I'm even forgetting that people are listening to me.
No, no, no. That's fine. You. Go ahead.
Anyway, so I went to this cold store or the mini market or the grocery
Yeah.
store.
Yeah.
Everything was 90% of the items were frozen, only the vegetables were fresh. So, what I mean by frozen, the meat, because I wanted
Oh,
to eat
yes.
meat, something
Yeah.
that at least, the protein will at least give me back the energy that I need.
Yeah.
So, I bought a chicken, frozen chicken, for the first
Mm-hmm.
time. I've never, I've never ate frozen chicken. I've always ate fresh chicken back home.
Yeah.
So I took the chicken, I went, I cooked, I ate, I went
Yeah.
inside the room, I slept 12 midnight. I'm hearing some bangs in the door. Poop, 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 poop. I'm wondering what is happening.
Uh-huh.
So when I'm opening the door, the guy came inside, was really mad. He said, "Why are you sleeping in? This is my bed. This is not your bed. You're supposed to be there." He took
Yeah.
everything, and this is the saddest part. That's why I told you my first experience in Doha
They.
wasn't that good.
Yeah.
He took everything that the bed sheets, the pillows, the bed cover, the blanket, everything, and he went and
Yeah.
dumped them in the dustbin.
No.
Yeah, he dumped them, and he left that room. He took everything and he left that room, and I was left there alone. And then that time I took one of the mattresses
Yeah.
from an Asian guy. I don't want to mention the country name. From an Asian
Yeah.
guy, so he gave me one
Yeah.
mattress and a blanket. So I
Yeah.
slept, and then that's how I started life, and here I am now.
Wow. Yeah,
Yes.
it was a challenge. It's directly opposite to mine, for example. I can't complain.
Mhm.
But yeah, that was a challenge, and I'm alive to the fact, like things can happen, and like in between the excitement that you're going to a new place, you're going to start a new life, and you're looking forward to everything positive and stuff like that. But you can meet people, some we call them elements. You can meet some elements at times, and they
Yes.
want to spoil the party for you. But you know what? I
Uh-huh.
think in life, all these experiences, they help us grow, and
Yeah.
they make you who you are now. You see, you look at that, uh, and I'm sure that there's something that you learned from um,
Yes.
from those experiences, and they've made you a totally different person today. You know.
For sure.
Um, so talking about the YouTube experiences. Now, these life experiences that you've had in Bahrain, and I've seen your videos in Bahrain. By the way, when you're walking and vlogging around there, it's spectacular. I especially loved, like but you couldn't go outside to go and get like a closer images of when there was the sandstorm.
Ah, yes, yes. That date was
It would,
brutal.
yeah, it was brutal. I could see you from the window, and you're trying to so can you see can you see it over there and stuff. Yeah, but it was fun. But I've seen most of your videos, and And I think it's a country where you can easily do your YouTube videos. Um, I see that these these people from possibly all over the world. These people from many countries there. So it's a more of a cosmopolitan place. So you interact easily with people, which is something that I don't have, for example, but you do. You interact easily with people, even when you're lost and you're looking for a place and your map is not taking you to the right place, or you can't interpret the map properly, and that thing is just the Google arrow is just spinning around, and uh, you can still stop, ask people, and people are showing you. They can people time.
Yes.
Unfortunately, here we don't have that.
Oh,
Yeah, here if you have your Google Map is gonna take you where you want. Um, but people, but it's just because of the lifestyle. And not, I think also a bit of culture. Some people would stop and say, yeah, but people normally don't have time. Uh,
okay.
People are just running, literally, 24/7. They don't have time, and then because of that notion of I have to run to do this and this and that, people don't socialize as much. That's what I see myself when I compare like different realities, and then that, because when you stop socializing with people so much, you socialize with the people that you interact with every day, like people at work and stuff like that, maybe a few neighbors here and there. Um, but other than that, you don't socialize as much. You can pick a conversation randomly with anyone. It's easy, yes, but it's not what I would call like like socializing with people. And then there's the element of mistrust as well. And it happens, I think, in every society that is calling itself a civilized society. The bigger you grow, um, the more problems and all these issues about mistrust and everything. So yeah, but the good thing is when you go out to do your work, nobody stops you from doing your work. You can go and do your work so long as it is respectful, it's lawful. Um, and I would say in most cases, what can put you into trouble is when you don't respect people. But if you respect people, then it's easy. But when I was looking at your vlogs in Bahrain, it's fantastic.
Yes.
You're good in storytelling. Um, which is something I have to work on. There's another guy here who's very good at storytelling in Kenya, UK. If you guys, I think everybody here probably knows Kenya, UK. If you don't, please go and watch his videos. He tells wonderful stories as he's walking around vlogging, which is really good because it's a way to create engaging videos, and people can stick to your videos. And so at times, like my stuff, at times I'm like, I don't know if it's okay for me to do this, or I should bring in some storytelling, um, just to engage people, and then people can stay longer or stuff. But it has to be natural. You can't force yourself into doing something that. But then, of course, at times they say, if you practice, then practice makes
Makes
perfect.
it perfect.
Yeah, so I guess these elements you add, they are additives in it, so you bring them in slowly as you gain more experience. But yes, now, so talking about your life experience in both worlds, then now in Qatar and so I'm talking about
Bahrain.
your experiences. How
Okay.
have they enriched your experience in YouTube? So when you're vlogging, what do you have in mind in terms of cultural? Because I think you will have to, like, in terms of cultural differences. How, what you have to respect and what maybe not. Where you have to film or you can film, and where not. I heard you say the other day you walked into a supermarket and they stopped me. Here, nobody would stop you. You understand? You
So
can walk into a supermarket and literally, you can vlog in there. Um, but yeah, what
So
How
here,
have those experiences helped you or otherwise? Yeah.
so basically, here, you know, in this region, we are in a kingdom region.
Yes.
Yes. So here, you cannot. There is some do's and there is some don'ts. And
Yes.
don'ts, it's you have to respect people's privacy.
Yeah.
That's why you see in most of my videos,
Yeah.
it's I interact with very less people. Actually, in
Yeah.
Qatar, I used to interact with more people than here.
Yeah.
Because why do I do that? I do that just to avoid being in a situation whereby I don't want to be in, or being told you have to delete this. Maybe the footage is long. Maybe I've been recording for more than 20 to 25 minutes in
Yeah.
one shot, and then they tell you to delete it. You know, that's a very long
Mm-hmm.
footage to be deleted. So one
Mm-hmm.
thing I try to avoid is to record someone who doesn't want to be recorded. And before
Yeah.
I record someone, I normally approach them and ask them, "Are you comfortable being on my channel?" If they say
Yeah.
yes, then that's the time I can record. So that's one of
Yeah.
the challenges that I'm having here. And in
Yeah.
terms of cultural videos, of which I'm gonna bring them,
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out how will I start. Because for me to do cultural videos, I need a local
Mm.
person to guide me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to
Yeah.
guide me and
Yeah.
tell me this is our culture. So you can
Yeah.
do a video of this, and this.
Yeah.
Maybe this and this and this you cannot do, but you can do this and this and this, so that I can get away or I can know how to go about it. uh,
So
Random vlogs.
do you want some little input there before I forget?
Yes, yes, give me. Yeah, it's important.
So I think culture culture is tourism, okay?
Okay.
And every country is interested in selling their country to the rest of the world in terms of tourism so that they can come and visit or to market. Let's use the word to market, not to sell. Uh, so if you're comfortable, if I were you and I want to do those cultural videos, but I don't know how to start or where to get information, where to go, blah blah, I would go to the tourism information centers because they would have plenty, not just one. They would have quite a number, and tell
Yes.
them, this is what I do, this is my work, blah blah, and I'm interested. I'm covering Bahrain, and I want to travel here extensively, and I'm interested in doing videos that are going to portray the culture of Bahrain to those people who want to visit, because my people who normally see my vlogs are possible travelers who will then probably choose Bahrain in future or in the near future, or in to to come and visit. And you might get an opening there, you might be surprised, and you can even like book yourself an interview with someone and record it, and they can be talking about these things, and they can tell you, okay, fine, you know what, you can do this, you can go here, you can go here, and you can do this and this and that. They can give you the information that then you can use to plan for your videos. And you might get even someone local who wants to be a YouTuber, and they do know the culture there, and you can be moving around together. So
Yes. That's a good one.
yeah.
Actually, I will. Yeah, I think I'll use that. Yeah, that's a good one. It's a good way
Yeah.
also to start a conversation with people who can give you more info on what to do
Yeah.
and
Yes.
places to go. Yeah, so that's a good one
Yeah,
for
and more
sure. I
so
will.
because in the tourism information centers, you're going to have people who are very eloquent in the language, in English, for example. So you'll have like a proper conversation easily.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's true. That's true.
So
But
try
the good
try
thing about
that.
here, a lot of people here they speak English. Even the locals they speak English.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the good thing about here. So
Okay.
language is not an issue.
Oh, that's nice.
Language is something that's not an issue when you're here. So the issue
Yeah.
was just to find a way on how I can penetrate into the market
Yeah.
and do what I do best. So
Yeah,
that's a good idea. I think for starts, that's the direction that I'll head to, and then
yeah,
maybe I'll see how it turns out to be.
true. No, but you've just started the country now. It's just a new. It's technically a new channel in the country.
Yes.
So with time, I think in probably 5 6 months, we'll be speaking a different story because I can see the speed at which you're going. You're doing it very well, um, and I think it's you're gaining like that acceptance that you actually need so as to for your channel to gain that traction that it requires to go
Yes.
places. So you know what, keep on doing what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
So here I'll talk a bit about Manchester then.
Yes.
Um, here in Manchester, as I said, okay, so like right now, for example, difficulties that I'm encountering is because of the weather. It's cold, but not very like it's cold, but it's not bad. It's like 3 to 5 degrees, I think, which is not which is not bad.
That's bad. That's
No,
bad
it's
for
it's
us.
so it's actually okay when it gets to minus 2, -4, then you'll be crying. But it mean you feel cold. You need your jacket, your thermal socks and stuff, and you're good to go. If you need gloves, and take care of
Neck
your
warmer.
your neck warmer, and you're good to go really. So the biggest problem is because it's very wet. It rains a lot, so it's nice to record and get those images when it's raining, when it's not pouring down. It's like light showers and stuff. Though at times they tamper with your lens, so you might have like some spots on the images when on the footage where it was raining. But um, I've discovered, and this was actually someone told me, "Oh, why you recorded?" I recorded accidentally one day. I stepped out. It was raining, and it had just rained, so it was the floor was very wet, and there were like very nice reflections on the floor and stuff like that. Someone told me, "Oh, you know that the filmmakers actually that's what they do. They they like cause like I don't know, like showers, whatever.
Okay.
So the streets are wet where they're recording, and then they would come with the cameras and record, and it looks like, and it gives the images some sort of brilliance. And actually, when I sat back and looked at it, I was like, you know what? She's very right. I love it. Uh, but of course, when it's totally pouring down all the time, it's not nice. It stops you from doing your work, and that's why I decided. I think that I'll be doing the lives at least 1 or 2 lives a week during this winter. But I'll still go out there and do some recordings as I do normally every week. But like say for example, yesterday and today, I couldn't record because the fog is too much. There's no visibility, you know. So I went out there and recorded like a small footage that I did, but I was like, it's just a waste of time. There's no visibility, so I did a very short one and I stopped. Um, but I hear that tomorrow it's going to be better because whatever had settled in the clouds or in the atmosphere that was causing the fog is
Okay.
there's like going to be like a wave of wind and it's going to push it away, so it's going to clear up tomorrow a bit. So I think I might be able to do one of those last Christmas videos that I want to do for this festive
Oh,
period season that I want to do just before people forget about them. um, and then we will call it a day for 2024. um, but yeah, so the challenges will be here in Manchester will be the weather. But at the beginning, I used to say like, you know what, it's not easy to record in Manchester, blah blah. But I've found my space. I've found my good times to record. Some people, especially our Kenyan fellows, are always telling me, "Oh, why are the streets so empty? Why do people not walk in the streets?" I'm like, okay, one of it would be because of the time that I'm recording, I wake up early and go and record early. But it's true that at times you might be walking in the neighborhoods and you don't find many people. Um, and it could be because of the weather. weather factor also, because like we sitting down all the time, you don't want to be out there. you know,
Yes.
we are tired of carrying umbrellas. In fact, we don't even carry them anymore. It rains on you, you walk, it dries, it rains on you again, you walk, it dries, and that's it. Uh, so that one, I would say, is the biggest hurdle for me, the weather. But anyways, for the rest, it's fine. I'm loving it because it has helped me to discover Manchester in such a nice way. Uh, it's beautiful now when I walk or somebody sees my video, they're telling me that, oh, we've discovered things about Manchester or places in Manchester that we never knew that they exist, and we've lived here for 20 years
Oh wow.
or for more. Because it's such a big city, you will not expect to know each and every corner. You know,
Oh,
I've been here for 5 years, and I would say recently now, these last 6, 7 months is when at least I'm trying to get to know Manchester well. And next year will be nice because next year I plan to do a bit more, and I'm just thinking of what other things I have to incorporate into the content just a bit so that I can um, make it more not engaging, make it more interesting. Though Rebecca would not agree with me, she says they are spectacular, anyways. But I do have so many things that I have to improve on when I watch my videos. Um, but yes, I I want to do because I started with the neighborhoods, and
okay.
in those neighborhoods you'd walk around there on Sunday mornings, or I've only met one person who confronted me and started talking literally rubbish. Um, and I just looked at them. But the thing is, when they did so, they kind of interrupted my momentum. Because when
Oh,
I go out to record, I'm super focused on what I want to do, even if it's a place that I don't know. Because at times, most times, I could go to a place, I just drive to a location, park, and then I say, okay, I want to discover this place, and I'm going to discover it together with my people. So I just walk around and I just point my camera. So long as my thing tells me, like this is a nice place, this could be a nice place for a good video, then I just do it. It doesn't matter whether it's a beautiful place or it's not a beautiful place, but so long as I have that thing that there might be a story to tell here, I'll just go and do it. And then if the outcome is bad, I won't publish it. But I've known that place, so I did the neighborhoods, and then now I moved into what I would call the town center. So I started with a new area with the waterways and the canals, and then I walked to the old area. Now I'm focusing on that old area, which I've not finished. But I stepped out a bit of the altar for the old area, and then I went and did this new beautiful place called the New Islington, and then I went to this other area which has been renovated. It had like warehouses in the industrial revolution era, and now
oh,
it's like a neighborhood where people live. Yeah, they used to put cotton there and other produce, that they used to sell, and it would go through the waterways that you see in the videos, some of them, and then it would go to the Manchester Canal, and then or the Salford Canal. From there, now it would go all the way down. Those run all the way to Liverpool, to the sea, and that's where now they put in the boats, in the big boats, and then they are taken world over. So um, I would like to focus on that, finish that bit of Manchester, and then I could go back to the neighborhood. So I still have a bit more of historical, so to say, to do, and then I can go. And then I would like to do a bit of the museums. I'm not a big fan of museums, but by profession, I did tourism management. So uh, the history of art and all these things in Spain is something very big because that's where I went to school. So we were taught a lot about it. So yeah, I would love to do something like that. I would love to go into the museums maybe. They've got some nice libraries down here in town. So I've got many videos lined up. Um, and
Okay.
yeah, I would like to revisit the area of the Students' Village and the Manchester University and go and redo it properly because I did it, but I just feel like I just tiptoed. I did not do it properly. So I think I should go there now with more confidence and more experience so that I can tell that story properly because I don't think I managed to do it the way it's supposed to be done. Um, and all of this thing is just to help this channel to grow,
Okay.
uh, and then I can start going outside Manchester. I don't know. London,
Oh,
London is one thing that I want to do, but I want to go there. When I'm going to do it, I want to do it at the right time and with a, like what I would say, like from the creator's point of view, a peace of mind
okay.
to be able to concentrate and I need to plan properly like what I need to do because I would want to do at least one stadium, at least one. It could probably be the Arsenal stadium. Um,
Oh,
I'm not a fan, but you know,
actually,
yeah.
I wanted to ask you, how is it there? Like, how is it there when there is a football match, like the
So
Premier
where I
League?
used to work until recently was just behind the Old Trafford. So I left that area like 2 months ago, and I would see the fans passing by in front of my office all the time, very noisy and stuff like that. But it's fun, it's a lot of fun. They used to have like different food stalls right in front of the office there. People are buying when they're going to the stadium, and
Okay.
yeah, it was fine. Yeah, there would be song and dance and cheering for their team, and that's it. But I've never been such a huge fan. I used to be a big fan of football when I was in or soccer when I was in Spain, but not here. And I think even like watching games on telly, I've watched the number of games I've watched since I came to this country. I can count them, and that was probably the Euro, um, where we thought it was going to come home, but then accidentally it didn't. And I think which one else? I think probably a World Cup, but not even like all of them, all the matches, just a few. But uh, every time there's a game, I don't have time. I'm busy working, YouTube or whatever it is, or with my family, and that's I don't bother that much about football nowadays, and unfortunately, but I still love at least I still love the game. So I've seen somebody else who has come in. So let's just appreciate them. Elsie Knight, born again. Greetings, sister. Thank you so much for stopping by. Um, and yes, happy festive season. Thank you so much for passing by. So yes, but I also want to do that. Talking about football, I really want to do a video. I've visited the stadium, the Old Trafford. And when I visited, I was not a YouTuber, so I did the complete tour. Just the summer before I started the YouTube.
Okay.
So now I want to go to do the stadium inside, and I don't know if to go like on a match day, for example, and then be able to do the tour and then complete it with the match. So that means like spending quite a number of hours there, do a proper video, and then are you still there? Can you hear me? I think our host might have dropped for some reason, but the live continues. I think Amir, can you hear me? I think he's trying to rejoin. There he is. Okay. Yeah. No problem. At least you're here. Yeah, Rebecca. He was loading. He was loading. He was loading. So I know. Of the. I don't know if there's anything you wanted to ask me about anything here. My. I don't know.
So, for me, my last question for you would be like, what inspired you to start your channel, or what's inspiring you to continue, and what have you planned for us this 2025? You know, new year. What's your
I'll,
plan?
yeah. Okay, I'll start with the last question. Easy because I've already explained just a bit that. So I plan to do more lives, and and I plan to learn, which is something that I'm finding difficult, and I think that is difficult for many of us uh, to uh, to promote the channels um, in a more natural way, so that they can grow and they can be found uh, world world over. People can access the channels. Can you
One,
hear me?
yeah. Can you hear me also? They're saying no
Yeah,
sound.
I can hear you now. Can you guys, can you hear me? Just put a thumbs up if anyone can hear me
Yes, if you can hear us, put a thumbs up.
on the comment section. Yeah. Yes, they
Yes,
can
yes.
hear me.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so I have to go and see him Kenya, UK. Number one.
Yes.
And we do some nice collabo. And then, well, so I want to do a bit more lives. So probably a couple of lives um a week or one a week. We will see. Depends on how, like, people are available and not. But I have two people in mind. I spoke to you about it, and like, we can create a community and start working on this right on the onset, and be also help be able to help others. But the idea is also to learn how to promote these channels uh, in a way, because I still do not believe that only pumping every day and pumping them on the YT are enough. I have a very good example that I always give. Always, maybe it's in my other interviews. I said, you are so just imagine you are the guy who had the technology to build a Mercedes Benz, or like the Tesla one, and then you are, well, they're not paying me to give to mention the names, but it's fine. But nobody knows about it. Okay,
Yes.
how many units do you think you would be able to sell,
Man.
unless it were for those people who bump onto them accidentally,
Yes.
or by
It
sheer
would be very
coincidence,
good.
or by sheer luck? Yeah. So um, we need to learn how to promote our channels, and it's not easy. It's not easy, but we need to learn how to promote our channels, and that is where, like, I'm resting all my energy, even like as we speak. Those are the things, the bits and bots I'm trying to work on. But I watch so many other people. By the way, there's so many people out there who are giving a lot of let me call it hot air, a, a lot of advice, and I test them. I put them into practice to see, even if it's going to mess up with one of my videos. By the way, before I even continue, I think my family back at home. possibly for the first time, watching this live, and my mother.
Oh, wow.
And Mami, I'm going to speak in Swahili just in case she's watching me. Mami, kama uko hapo unaniona kwa mara ya kwanza, nashukuru. Na tutaongea kesho kwa simu. Nilimwambia ndugu yangu nitakupigia kesho. Yeah? Lakini kama uko hapo unaniangalia, nashukuru. I hope mwasindamana, and that is Kitaita. Okay. So yeah, you have to come up with a product, and then you have to know what to do with that product. So how to sell it. So that is one of the things that I'm working on hard this coming year. And then why did I start YouTube, and what keeps me going? If I'm not
Yes.
mistaken, those were your two questions.
Yes.
So my journey in YouTube actually was accidental. I did not plan it. I did not intend to, but it just happened. So I think it was just destiny. And because I've been in many other situations where I could actually have started the channel, I've done so many things where that I've recorded, and they could have made a lot of sense. But I didn't, and it happened when it had to happen, and I did not even look for it. It came to me. So I was doing this. I wanted to know what digital marketing and stuff is, and that was because of all these apps that we have now, like IG, da da da. So I was like, okay, fine. Let me just go and get like a general knowledge of what it is. So I started, and then when we were doing that course, the guy who was teaching us told us that you have to do like a small project, and one of them you can choose the platforms, the social media platforms. So it would be YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, or I don't know, many others. Yeah, Blogger, whatever. So it's like, okay, fine. True story. And I was like, this guy that I YouTube, I saw him one day. He had come back home, and he was living in this typical village house, and he was trying to assemble a modem to get Wi-Fi connection. And that was the first time a modem had gone to that village. And then he was just showing around his village and stuff like that. And now like it's a boom. And then I see this other guy called Wodemaya. He's from Ghana. I started watching him when he was in China. That's the first YouTuber I watched, and second was Marwa. So I was like, and this guy, he always talks about these things. He makes fun out of, he's that typical kid who can be like the trouble kid, the troublemaker. But but he makes a lot of sense, and people like watching him and stuff like that. I think instead of doing TikTok, a project on TikTok or Twitter or Instagram, I'm going to do YouTube. So I was like, okay, fine. So I started. So I did my video. It's still there. I've not removed it. It's an off. I was cutting my hair. That was my first DIY haircut. And then I presented it. We looked at the analytics. People had watched, and it was lovely. And just 1 second, because I think I have a message from someone. Yeah, that's fine. And so yeah, it took the project, and then it took me to another video, and I didn't know why I was doing them, so I did, but just for fun. I think I was just happy to see those metrics, to see how people are finding the videos, and people writing comments, blah blah. I started sharing the channel with my close friends and my families. You can follow me here. I'm doing this. Started cooking. I'm not a cook, but I started showing people what I know how to cook and stuff like that. And then I stopped cooking. And then it became, when I saw I have 100 followers, I was like, wow. So this is how it goes. So I was like, okay, I'm going to push on. And then all of a sudden, I met Best Edits. a guy who joined, and then he told me, if you do this and this and that, you might grow faster. And this thing, can grow. I was like, oh, really? Yeah. So he showed me a few things, a few places, and true story, I found myself with 1,000 subscribers within no time. It took me a year though. It didn't take me 3 months, or it took me 1 year. Mine was a process. Um, and then all of a sudden, boom, boom, we continued, pushed myself here and there. Then I have the community also helping. People are doing your playlists here and there. We got to the 4,000. I was like, okay, so this is it now. So I have to sit down and plan and see what to do. So I started doing it. But where I found it to be where it became more interesting is because I started discovering all these places that I would never have discovered if I had not started this YouTube journey. And I've started understanding and actually appreciating the value of uh, traveling, the value of pushing yourself to do something. Because I'm seeing that, okay, even long after I'm done with YouTube and I'm gone from this world, future generations would know that this guy existed, especially like my family, and they can put a face on, like who I'm actually, not a picture. They can hear my voice. They can, if YouTube is not done away with, they will hear my voice. But I've got a library of full of videos here they can watch. They can, um, but I think the idea of discovering all these places is actually fantastic. When you discover something spectacular and new, how do you feel when you're doing your videos?
You feel good. You feel like
Adrenaline, just, yeah, you want to do more and more and more and more and more. You go there and you start recording, and you plan to record for half an hour or 1 hour. You end up doing it for 3 hours, and you're like, did I
yes.
walk all these 3 hours? It's like, yeah, I did. Okay, let's go walk back to my car now, or take an Uber. But I normally walk. If I walk 3 hours, I will walk back.
Yeah, it's
You
good.
know,
That's part of exercise. So
and
it's
then
good.
exactly. So that's the other thing. So the exercise that it gives you, because we sit in the offices Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't get the chance to do your exercise. So those days that I go out to record, at least I get a chance to do something good for my health as well. Uh, let's just recognize couple of people who have just passed by. I am Jacob, our friend from Uganda. Thank you so much for coming. I'm Jacob, and Hilda Wawira, our friend from Kenya as well. So just for those people who have come, have joined now, and they did not get an introduction. Again, I just want to remind them we are having like open conversations here today. This is what we do here at Hajways when we do our uh, our our live streams, but also today we are accompanied by our friend Amir.nasser on YouTube. So if you don't have Amir, go and grab him. Go and grab him today. Yeah, he's
Yes.
he's he's very supportive. He's doing a wonderful job with his YouTube channel there in Bahrain, and he brings us wonderful videos almost on a daily basis. About 7 p.m. my time. That's where I know I time them. So at times I'm leaving work. When I start watching it as I'm walking home, I watch you on all the way until I get home. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, he does beautiful videos from Bahrain, and we. I know there's some people who know him already, but for those who don't, please go and grab him. He's a very nice guy. We also have hey Wangaledi, uh, a very supportive member here, a very supportive person. All of you are good. We have but there's people that I know from the beginning, from the onset. I met Wanga, I met Chocolate Vivian, and they pushed me also. I saw I saw their resolve on the streets, and at times when you see these people, you learn from them. And I can tell you for free that these two, they are beasts on the white streets. They literally they work so hard. Yeah. So please give them some love after this if you don't know them. But I think almost everyone here knows them because they are all over the white streets. Literally, they're all over. So today, please go and give some love to Amir, to Amir.nasser when once we are done. Actually, I'll try to pin your thing here. Let me see if I can. Can you post something on the comment, Amir, so that I can pin you?
No, no, no. I cannot.
You cannot. Okay,
Yeah,
don't worry. I'll find.
I cannot write anything.
You
I think
cannot
it's
write
just
anything. It's because
yeah.
of this app. The way it is, I can't. So I'm on my laptop. That's how I'm doing it. So I'll find you here, and then I'm going to pin you. Uh, we wanted to do this on StreamYard, but we couldn't. So we are going to do it on StreamYard, and we will be able to invite a few friends on the podium, so that they can come and share their experiences here with us. So let me see, where can I get your thing? I'll just grab one of your videos. I know here. Um,
Let me see.
mm, it's fine. I got it. I got your back, my friend. Do not worry. And then I'll try to see if I can pin it. Yes, so there we go. I've got him on the pin, so easier for so that anyone who wants to go and give him some love can do so. Okay. I don't know if it's your first time here, though I don't think I've seen any first timer here. But if there's anyone also watching us from the bush, kindly give this live a like, share
Yes.
it with friends and family, and do not. Yes, I can see my brother. He's there. Thank you so much, Shucks, for coming. I can see him there. Yes, thank you so much for. I know it's late. I appreciate that you've made the effort. I mean the effort to stop by. Um, so the only thing I don't know if his mom watching. Just say yes. He's still there. Um, I don't know, but yeah, I have a feeling she's there. She's not tired and she's gone to bed. Um, but yeah, she's not feeling very well, so we're praying for her, but she's okay. Um, yes. So um, shortly. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, if she's not there, it's fine. And if she's there, she can feel free to go and get some rest. It's late over there. So yes. So next year, as I said, that is what I'm planning to do, and what keeps me going on is what I've just explained. I would love to leave um, something tangible that people can see, even when I'm long gone. But also to be able to discover more in all these places that I visit, and
Oh,
hopefully uh, soon I can travel to other places and visit. Maybe come to Bahrain and come and see and bring my family on holidays. You know, um, so yes, that these are the things that keep me going, and that urge to discover more about what this YouTube is, to learn more about it, um, and to be able to meet some targets. Because if you don't set targets, then it's very difficult for you to keep on pushing. It's like just going and not aiming anywhere. It makes no sense. So yeah, I'm working on because of those reasons. And what about you, my friend? What makes you? wake up every day to grab that camera to go and record. Turning the tables now around. Wanted to ask you the same question. We can't hear you
Okay, so you can hear me now.
now. Yeah.
So for me, it's simple. I'm documenting my life. I'm
Yeah.
documenting my life, and at the same time, I'm trying to educate people
Yeah.
on how things are around here in this
Yes.
region. Because most of the people, they don't know about this region. They just see on TV, and they
Yes.
have a very bad mentality about these places
Yeah.
by what they hear and by what they see on social media. But in
Hmm.
real life, it's just like any other place where
Yes.
people live normal lives.
Yeah.
They enjoy, they have their own culture,
Yeah.
they have their own ways, and
Yes.
everything just runs the same way they run in other regions. So basically, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be unique in my
Yeah.
own way, telling a story, telling my
Yes.
story, but in a unique way, also
Yeah.
showcasing around this region what it has to offer.
Yes.
Basically, that's how I do my videos. I don't plan my videos, by the way. I just wake up and I say, today I'll do like
Yeah.
this one, tomorrow I'll do like
And
this
that's
one.
it.
Yes.
Yeah. And another question. Uh, if there's this one video, say for example, um, you are to do
Okay.
your last video, and that will be it. But this has been your dream video. What is that video that you would do? Uh,
Well,
yeah, what is that video that you would do?
wow. Hey, I've never thought of that. You've got me off guard.
Mm.
So I think it's more of like, wow, that's tough. I'm thinking
Yeah,
of that
it is tough.
video.
It's okay not to. It's okay not to answer.
It's okay not to answer, but that's a
It's
tough question.
yeah,
But
but
I think going to Saudi Arabia in Mecca,
mhm,
documenting the whole journey
that is
from here
spectacular.
to
That
there,
yeah,
but without a plane, yes, going by car. I
by
think that will
car.
be great
Yeah,
because where we are, this land where we are,
yeah,
going back to Egypt and going down to Africa. This is where a lot of prophets were brought down. This
hmm,
region. So this region has a lot of history. It has
yes,
a lot of history, and if I can manage to get that one person who can take me around and I showcase those things that happened before Christ, long time
yeah.
ago, that will be great.
Fantastic. That's an absolutely gem video that I'm sure it would do so well. But also,
Yes.
the beauty would not be to wait for anyone to take you. The beauty of it would be to go get lost out there and find it yourself. You know,
That's glad.
um,
Yes.
yes, yeah, and share that experience of you finding that place alone, um, just by hitting the road and say, I'm going to this place and this is what I'm going to do, and my final destination is this one, even if it takes me 2 years, but I'm going. You know,
Oh,
even if it means you go get to Mecca and sit there and wait for the Hajj celebrations, then
yeah.
you just
It's
go.
something. It's
Yeah,
something.
you just go. But I think that is
That I
that is
see.
that I think that is a great one. So for me,
Yes.
there's one video that I would do, and I have that very clear in the back of my mind, very clear, or in the front of my thinking, and I would spend at least a week in with in a Masai Manyata and with the Masais.
Okay.
That one. it completely not. I don't want the ones that have been a bit modernized or anything. I want to go back because my family has got history with Maasai, so my blood is mixed. So I'm a bit Maasai and I'm a bit Taita. So I would love to go to go there and spend at least a week with what would be my my people, and live that experience that I've not. I don't think I can do everything that they do, but because we are village boys, uh, the type of I've done it all. My dad, my grandfather was a Maasai, though he lived in the village. He did quite well in like cattle keeping and stuff like that, and that was the way you would go. And the herdsmen would go out there, take them to the bushes. They feed during the day. You bring your food in your bag. You stop, eat, and your bottle of water. You drink and bring them back in the evening, and put them in their stables. So I've done that. I've milked cows and goats and stuff. So it's nothing major. I can still do it because I know once you learn that you don't forget.
Yeah, you'll
I've
never
cooked
forget it.
using yeah, I've just like all of us, I've cooked with 3 stones, and that's not a no-brainer for me. It's God given. Um, I've I've taken not showers, but I've bathed, but using the buckets and you know the way we do it in the villages.
Yes.
So I don't think the only difference might be the type of beds that they use, but which actually, like we think there was these mattresses that they used to do in the past that had I don't know what they call it in English. They used to pump it in there, and it was actually nice and comfortable. People didn't have problems with their backs because of sleeping in those types of beds and mattresses. But they don't do them now. Now we've gone latex and I don't know what, all these technologies. But you know, yeah, orthopedic. I don't know what. So those things. But yeah, I would love to. I would love to at least go there, get my Maasai name, and things like that. Go back home.
Oh, wow.
A bit of
Wow.
going back home and do that video and live with them for at least a week. That I would love to do. That I would love to do.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you
and
should.
actually visit the place where apparently where my great grandfather would have come from, which is just across the border. It's in Tanzania. So
Oh, wow.
go. That's apparently where. But we were born in Kenya. Um, all of us, my dad, my grandfather, but apparently that was even before, like probably when they did the partitioning of Africa.
Okay,
So
long time.
we, yeah, we were one people, So that's when they
It's long
started.
time.
They came there and yeah. But then my immediate grandfather, got married to a local lady, and that's where we came. That's how we came up. But it's not written history; it's just things that we've been told. But it's of such a beauty, So it would be wonderful to go back to those places and be able to discover them. So that is one video that I would love to do. Just to recognize somebody here, Osvalda Achiro from UG. Thank you so much, sister, for stopping by. I know it's a bit late. Also, we've got our brother. Uh, I am Kengo. Very very supportive people. Very supportive people. The same I've said about Chocolate Vivian, Wanga. We've got Osvaldo. We've got Kengo. But it's actually you know what? This is the team that is very very supportive. Everybody in here, very very supportive. You'll find them coming to your lives like they've done today. We've got we've had a record of about 17 people here at you know, it is beautiful. So
Yes.
it's really nice to have your people coming to support you. Yeah. So I don't know. It's been about 1 hour 40. So we could do the 20 minutes. We do the 2 hours and then we're done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that will be perfect. We finish
Yes.
the 20 minutes, then
Yeah. So talk to me about the you know, like in Bahrain. Yeah. Uh, I mean, we're Kenyans. We like our ugalis and stuff like that. How do you find? Is it easy to get? I think it is. Is it easy to get your food? Machacha,
so
hello. Thanks for coming, my brother.
Machacha is an entertainer.
He is. I know.
And he keeps us entertained also in the group with
Yeah.
some encouraging, or should I say, funny memes.
Yeah.
So for
He's an
us
entertainer.
for us with ugali, I'll just show you.
Yeah.
It's better I show you what we use for ugali. And actually, if you start eating this one,
Mm. I know which one you're talking. I know which one you're talking about. Semolina. I was going to tell you. Yeah.
let me see.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you
I
start
know
eating
semolina.
ugali,
Yeah. Yeah.
you will forget about maize flour.
I
Maize
did.
flour
I
now
did.
becomes like a rock.
So when I first came to Spain, there was no maize flour. There was something they called well, it was maize flour, but it was or corn flour, but it was very very refined, soft like the chapati one.
Yes.
So cooking ugali with that one was like a major issue. So we used to mix it with semolina. Okay,
Okay.
so we would buy that corn flour and mix it with semolina, and then we make our ugali. But by and by, as more immigrants started coming, especially from the Latin American countries, when they started coming to Spain, and there was more and more and more, then made more sense for them to bring their own products, food products, and all this. So apparently, in Colombia, it's a big thing, maize and maize flour. So they export it all over. They were exporting it to the US, to other European countries. So they started exporting it to Spain. And all of a sudden, we had the yellow maize flour and the white maize flour in all over the supermarkets.
So
And
that's
then
nice.
and then we found Sukumawiki in one of the biggest stores in Spain.
Oh.
So we yeah, so the only thing chicken which was readily available because that is all over the place. You know,
Yeah. But for
this
me
chicken that we eat
now,
here. So
but for me now,
yeah,
I prefer ugali from Samolina. I don't like
yeah.
maize flour ugali anymore because it's when I eat it, I feel it's too hard for me. I'm already
Someone
used to
says here that
Samolina.
semolina with okra stew. I don't know if Mr. Goga is
Yes.
watching, but as so long as he hears the word okra, he goes he goes cuckoos. So Goga, if you're watching, I know you probably will be watching. You said you're gonna be watching. You're always in the background, but if you're watching, uh, know that now there's a new combo, semolina and okra. It's always the joke okra is always a joke in one of the platforms that we go on Sundays. It's called the Sunday service with Goga. Uh, you should come once and meet people there. Yeah, very nice. But yeah, here we have a lot of corn flour or ugali. It comes from South Africa, I think, or Zimbabwe or somewhere. It's from the south. and it comes in big bags, 5 kilos, 10 kilos. So when we go to the
Okay.
supermarket, we buy what 5 kilo would go for like £7 something.
Okay.
It's not cheap. So we buy like a bag of 5 kilos, and like a 5 kilo bag is going to push you for the whole month. So and we can, and there's enough vegetables as well, like the kales or green collards and stuff, cabbages and stuff. They come from Spain, some of them. The spring greens and stuff like that. There's lots here. So we we eat we eat a lot of vegetables, and we eat ugali when um so it's yeah, it's a thing. There's no problem here when it comes to like the type of food and stuff like that. You can choose to eat other things. um that person who likes to venture to test. When I go to a country, I would like to know what they eat and have a taste of it, because that forms part of the culture. And
Yes.
there's so many people who say, "Oh no, I can't eat that. I have to eat my ugali." I'm like, that is silly. Uh, excuse my French, but I think it is very important when you go to a country, you also taste their food. Uh, you can try their dressing, isn't it?
Yes.
I don't know, just like the way we use their transport and we don't walk, or we don't, I don't know. It's a silly example, but yeah, things. I think it is very important because it broadens your knowledge. Something silly like going to Italy and eating macaronis carbonara, for example. Pasta carbonara or whatever it is. Like you said,
Okay.
gnocchis. It's
Gnocchis.
good to taste those things because you learn. Um, and especially if you've passed by a country like where I lived in Spain before, where food is almost something religious, and they've got so much variety and so much offer, uh, and everything you taste is actually nice. But if you didn't taste and you delve into your own type of food, then you've lost on so much that you could have learned, and you've not even acquired. You could live in a place for 20 years, but if you don't try those foods, like you, for example, I don't know if they do couscous, but if I went to Morocco, you know, I have to get like a local couscous done by a
Couscous.
Moroccan,
Uh,
couscous with lamb done by a Moroccan, not just anyhow. I have to go and then compare it with what they've been selling to me as a couscous. You understand?
yes.
It broadens your knowledge, your taste buds, and all these things. And it is important. Like if I go to the US, what is the best dessert? Um, what type of foods, like do they eat during, I don't know, Halloween or something silly like, Christmas and all these things. It broadens your knowledge, but also you've tested all these things, and you could actually make like wonderful discoveries in terms of food.
Yeah,
And
that's
you're
true.
not
That's
eating
true.
yeah, you're not eating the same things all the time. And some of the things that you think, oh, it is very American, probably I'm Kenyan, so I can't do it. And when you go back home, actually, when you search around, you all have all the ingredients you need to prepare that type of dish. And it so happens you went to the US one day, you loved it so much, you came back home and you found the ingredients, and actually you can make it locally and you can make it yourself. And now, thanks to YouTube, you can go and say, how do I make this dish that I ate in the US? And you get a whole recipe of how to do it and a
Of
video
how
of
to make
someone
it.
explaining how to make it.
Yes.
You know, so it makes more sense. It makes more sense to always make sure that you do these things. You go test here and there. Uh, yeah, but yeah, when it comes to food, I thought maybe you would have Middle East would have quite some stuff, for East, because there are many East Africans who go to the Middle East. So I thought then technically you would have like
For
food and
food, for East African food, it's
yes.
not hard to find. We can
Okay.
find, and even if you cannot find, you can just improvise. For example,
Yeah.
like you see for ugali, we can use
Yeah.
samulina.
Yeah.
For sukuma wiki, there is one green leafy vegetable. They call it salik. It's like
Okay.
sukuma wiki, and it's very nice. It's even better
Yeah.
than sukuma wiki in terms of taste.
Mm-hmm.
Here we
Mm-hmm.
get a lot of baby spinach. There is a lot of spinach, but baby spinach, not the spinach
Okay.
that we normally have it back home.
Yeah.
Potato, we have potato from Syria. It's like the same potato from home. Beans, we
Okay.
get beans, the blue buns, the roikos,
Oh,
and
that's
the
nice.
ndengus. Yeah,
Yeah.
we have all of them. So the only thing that you will not find it's the wheat flour, the chapati flour. That one
Okay.
maybe you get it from home, or maybe you go
But
to a
if you go to
here in Bahrain. I
the
don't
Indian
know.
do they have their shops there?
Yeah, there is some Indian shops, but they don't sell the wheat flour that we are looking for. But in Qatar, they
Mm.
used to sell the X wheat flour from Kenya.
You
There
don't
was a shop I
you
used
don't
to
need
know.
you don't they have some fantastic flowers, I mean, or flowers that you can buy actually from the Indian shops. Remember that chapati is technically a dish from India, and you can get the brown one and the white. The only thing is the way their package is totally different. They would come packaged in like plastic bags. At least the ones we get here, and I think that's what they, because those are brands and they
Yes.
export world over, so you can get them. And some of them they sell them in big bags actually. But I would dare you to go to uh, to them and ask them for that wheat flour, not the you won't get the X one, you won't get it. Like here we just get like a version of one, but we've finally settled um, to one brand that we know, or not one brand, one type that we know. Even if you've got
Okay.
in different brands, but it's a strong white or strong brown, then it would actually make very nice chapatis, be white or brown ones. I eat brown
Oh,
chapatis. So uh, so long as it's meant for bread, then it would do, and it's a strong white or strong brown, it would have like fantastic um, results. But just go and check in their shops. They could have some, and you could make yourself some chapatis.
yeah, for sure. I will try to check around. But there is one that
Yeah,
we normally use.
yeah,
There is one that we use, but I'll try to see. I'll try to sample some. I see which
yeah,
one is the best. But at the
yeah.
moment, I'm stuck to the frozen chapatis, the one I buy in supermarket. I just yeah, I just
Malkia
fancy it. That's
Africana,
it.
thanks for stopping by. And she's just said straight that there's no chapati flour.
No
No
chapati.
chapati flour in Bahrain. No chapati flour in Bahrain. Uh,
There is
Thanks
chapati
for
flour, but
coming.
not the one that we have back home. It's a different one.
Yeah, it's different. No, yeah, it's just a matter of finding something that you can actually use, and it gives you good results. And you could try for I don't know. It took me a long while to get one, but like the ones we used to get in Spain, they could make nice chapatis and stuff. But the ones that I found here, wow, wow,
There,
great. Just that type, yeah. Oh, tremendous difference. It yeah,
that is
which I
so
like. And
good.
then yeah, and then the best that has happened is that we get lots of vegetables here, so we get to eat a lot.
Okay.
And yeah, because the one thing, beef is very expensive. So if you bought like I don't know, half or lamb, for example, if you bought half leg of lamb, the cheapest I've found is £11 right now as we speak today. For example, when I went shopping, I saw £11. I was like, wow, okay. But normally it's like 14 and above. Um, but if you're buying beef, and that's like 750 grams, you can get it for around £8 something. So you cannot eat beef every day. You
Yes.
know, even if you wanted to. But well, we don't like eating beef uh, or meat in general that much, but we do love our vegetables. So
That's amazing.
there's a lot here, and they're a bit more healthier to say than eating red meat and or white meat. Uh, Fish is there. You can get fish, but it's a lot of work to go to look for fish here. If you want to buy fish, that is going to make sense for you because cost of living also is up the roof.
It's
So,
way too high.
but yeah, but you can get fish, you can get vegetables, and beef and stuff like that. The lamb and stuff, it's there, but it's way too expensive as well. So people don't eat beef all the time. It's just when they
Oh,
they can, yeah. But it's in play. I mean, it's not like it sits in the supermarkets and people don't buy. Yeah, they do buy, but also for health, I think it's even a blessing in disguise at times. You say like, oh, okay, but it's better, it's healthier to eat less
to eat
of what is
it's better to eat beans.
animal protein. Yeah, 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 absolutely. You need animal protein, but not all the time. Yeah. So I don't know if there's anything that you wanted to say that you have not said, and uh, you want to
So for me,
as
it's just a
as we
parting shot, like
yes,
to end this live because of
yeah,
time.
yeah,
First of all, I just want to say thank you for hosting me in your channel, and
yes,
I've really
you're
enjoyed this
welcome.
conversation. At least
Yes,
I have some idea on where to start. At least the tips that you've given me, for sure,
yeah,
I will put them on test and I will try. And
yeah,
also, I just want to thank each and everyone who has come to this live and they have
yes,
watched, they have given it a like, some they
yeah,
have shared, some they have subscribed. We
yeah,
do really appreciate. And we just want you guys to keep on coming back to our channels by supporting us. The best way is to watch our videos, don't skip the ads, and giving it a like. That's the best way and the immediate way of supporting
yeah,
us. So we hope Hajos you'll be doing more of these lives. You'll be bringing more creators, and even maybe you can bring your members or even the subscribers if they feel like they want to have a conversation. You can do
yeah,
more of this because the way you converse with someone, it's easy and it makes it easy for someone to open up and to say things that they never intended to say.
yeah,
So it's a process and it's a journey that we are all together in. Be sure my support you'll always get. And
yeah.
yeah,
Likewise.
just yeah, that's all I have to say. Just thank
Yeah.
you and bye bye to all.
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, you're actually the one who said, can we go live together? And
Yes,
I remember we said it once, and then the other day you actually sent that message and you said, can we go live together? And it only takes like one person to make that initiative, that step, so for things to
yes,
happen. And for me, when things happen like that, I find because this is the right moment for this thing to happen. So let's do it. Because if we don't do it, we're not going to do it. So I looked at my schedule and I was like, this weekend is fine. Let's do it now. You know, uh, because if we start waiting, then it might not happen. So yeah, I'm glad that you made that initiative um, to give me to send me that message and ask me if you could do that live, which now we have made a reality. Um, I'm happy also that you've made time. I know it's not easy because you're busy even today, and you came home just before the live. Um,
yes.
and and I'm also thankful for your composure. You're composed in your presentation today. Yes,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
No,
Thank you.
I like the way you flow. It's natural, supernatural. So I'm grateful for all those things and for having you as a friend, and hoping
Thank you.
that this is going to last. But you have my support 100%. Okay,
Thank you so much.
so
Much
with this,
appreciated.
we want to say bye bye to everyone. Thank everyone for stopping by today and for giving us a chance to actually watch us for all this time, and to let you know that more is coming. So stay tuned in. And we'll take this opportunity also to wish you all a happy and blessed and prosperous
New Year.
2025. Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so let's see each other in our next, which will be just around the corner. All right.
So
Cheers.
thank you. Bye bye. And EMN, thank you so much. Happy New Year and bye bye. Bye bye to
Yeah,
your
she's
brother
been
Sharks.
there from the,
Thank you for
yeah, bye,
watching.
he's there. Bye Shucks. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. And say hi
Yes.
to everyone please, okay? Salimia kila mtu hapo nyumbani tafadhali. Okay, kesho tutaongea lakini. Okay? Haya, bye.
Bye bye, guys.
Okay, bye my friend.